everyone, how are we all doing? Let's just get the chat up in front of me. Hey, um, I've got my tea. I thought I'd come. I was just running about the last minute there, so I thought I've actually got everything. I thought I'd come through without my tea or something daft like that, but no, I've got it here. Got a nice cup of decaf tea, and it's nice and warm because I'm really cold today. Um, it is a reasonably cold day, but it's not really that bad. Um, like it's not been raining or anything, so. Yeah, I don't know why I'm so cold. I was lying on the couch for a bit, like an hour ago, and kind of I nodded off for 10 minutes. And then Luna woke me up because she didn't like the fact that I was sleeping. Um, but hey, what can you do? How is everybody doing? Have you all had a fantastic week? Tell me your favourite thing that's happened to you this week. And I'll go through and say hi to everyone. So hi Simon, how you doing? Hi Robin. Robin says hi Chris and hi Simon. Watching your walkthrough. Have you just put up a new walkthrough, Simon? Is it the deck you were just talking to me about, by any chance? Yes, it is the Fool's Journey. The Fool's New Journey, even. Um, tagline is "Are you ready for this?" That makes me think of that song. Um, Y'all ready for this? That one. Um, Elspeth is here. Hi Elspeth, how are you? And the lovely Jen from Inspiration Psychology with Jen. Hi, Jen. Um, Robin says, Simon, I'm hanging on your words. You enjoying the walkthrough then? Oh, I'll need to watch it. When did you upload it? An hour ago? Oh, I could have been watching that. Oh well, if only I wasn't sleeping. Um, Rolf is here. Hi, Rolf. You doing okay? Malamir's listening in. Hi, Malamir. Robin says, favourite thing, I started doing an improv class. That's really cool. That's good. Have you enjoying it so far, Robin? Um, John from Jumping Spiders here. Hi, John. It's lovely to see you. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you've had a good week. I was just asking everyone what their favourite thing from the week has been. Simon's singing. Got the tune in everyone's head now. Favourite thing for Elspeth, I received the Bonfire this week, and it's a batshit deck. Which one? Is it the first edition or the second edition? I've got both. Um, I've not worked with the set. I've actually got it here, right on the shelf beside me. I've not worked with the second edition very much. Um, have I even used it for a reading? I think I kind of slung some cards with it a wee bit when I first got it, but I've not really used it properly. If I'm being honest, so I'll need to make a point in doing that. Sandra's here. Hi, Sandra. How are you? I saw you in Marty's live. That was nice to see you there. Simon has both of them as well. Nice. Um, I imagine that the first edition's likely going to go out of print at some point. So, and like it's not like a pure clear. The second edition's definitely better. Like I imagine a lot of people will prefer the first edition. So have a look at if you've not got either, or if you've not got them, um, and you've maybe been curious about them, then have a look. Have a look into both. Maybe I don't know, has anyone done a side by side? Have you done a side by side, Simon? If you've got both, you would normally do that kind of thing. Um, Maybe I'll do a side by side. I'm sure Gerald has done some sort of video where he compares both decks. Um, Let's see. Elspeth, see there. Case in point. There you go. Elspeth prefers the first. Prefer the brighter colours. Yeah, I see. I know a lot of people don't like glossy cardstock, but that's my thing with glossy cardstock is it's normally better from an appreciation of the artwork point of view. Like Mary L. Is a classic example. Um, Now I know that the cardstock might be quite difficult to work with in terms of the first edition of the Mary L. Um, but I feel as though the glossier cardstock, just for me anyway, it makes the artwork pop a lot better. And I'm kind of I can see why you would think that about the bonfire as well. Um, Actually, see, insane talking about like how handleable the cardstock is for the Marielle. Like, see with the second edition, I like it and it works and all that stuff. But I've quite often find that when I'm riffle shuffling, sometimes when if you're anyone in here a riffle shuffler, so if you are, then you'll know that sometimes they catch when you're trying to riffle them. I don't really know how else to describe it. I could maybe show you. I'll just sit and riffle shuffle this and you'll see what I mean. Because it will no doubt happen. Although now that I've said it, no doubt it won't. Um, Sorry, let me move my keyboard. So this is the second edition of the Marielle. I find that when I riffle it, see that was a perfect riffle shuffle. I'll keep going. I'll talk and I'll riffle and it will happen at some point and you'll see what I mean. Um, that did you see that? See the way that they catch each other? So that I find that happens quite a lot with this deck. So I do. So yeah. Anyway, the point that I'm making is like it's not always a dead cert that less glossy cardstock is going to be more handleable. So yeah. Tom from Early Rituals here. Hi Tom, how are you? It's lovely to see you. Um, Tom, I was just asking everyone what their favourite thing that they've done this week has been. Feel free to answer. Yeah, this is of course now behaving itself because everyone's watching me. It's trying to make an absolute liar out of me. Jane says my favourite thing is always my chats and shit stirring with Carl. What do you mean shit stirring? Have you been winding that boy up, or is he winding you up, Jen? Debbie from Aquarius Owl is here. John says it for IT. Did you watch the film It? Is that your favourite thing that's happened, or was that just an accident? Sandra says she's good. She hopes that I am. I'm good, Sandra. I'm really good, thank you. There it is. Ah, shit. See, I tried to lift the deck up and show you. See, it happens when no one's watching. Oh, there we go. It's been beautiful here. So, been working in the garden. Oh, very nice. Have you made any? It's glass you work with. Have you made anything particular this week, John? It's definitely its own thing. I pulled the Four of Wands, and it's like Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. If anyone remembers that film, I don't. Um, that made me go for the first. Right. Okay. Oh, Simon did. Right, the side by side. Right, okay, okay. So Simon's done a side by side. So folks, check that out because, um, yeah, you'll be able to see because they've changed the artwork in some of the cards. I'm pretty sure it's either the High Priestess or the Empress that's definitely changed. But yeah, uh, she's definitely changed up some of the artwork. So you'll be able to kind of a compare and contrast, and you'll see the difference in the card stock and the way the card quality. The only thing you won't see, of course, is a raffle shuffle because our Simon doesn't do raffle shuffling, do you, Simon? Although I think if we ever meet up, Simon, I'm going to have to teach you. Although I think Els tried to teach you before, haven't they? And it just wasn't happening. So, uh, yeah, it doesn't really riffle. Maybe when it's a bit broken in. All the cards get bent when riffle shuffling. Nah, not really. I mean, my deck's not too bad. Like it's not the straightest deck in the it's not the straightest deck in the world, but it's by no means the most bent. But I've used this a lot. Like we did the Mariel study group, and this was pretty much my workhorse deck through all of that. And I mean, aside from that, I've used it a lot. So this is a well used deck. And considering, I mean, you know what I'm like with riffle shuffling, it's constant with me, so I think it's held up really well. Um, so yeah, I don't know. O'Neill's is here. Hi there. How you doing? Donna's here. Hi Donna. And Karen is here. Lovely to see you. Robin says I've tried riffling, but I can't seem to improve. When I do it, it feels like I'm abusing my cards. I feel actual empathy for them, as if it's an actual entity that I'm slapping around. Fair enough. I know lots of people don't like doing it for that reason. I don't know. For me, it's just like uh, like cards aren't the same as like it's not like an animal or a person. Do you know what I mean? So like, what might be considered as slapping one thing about like an animal or a person about, it's not the same with a deck of cards. Like a deck of cards to me, anyway. This is just my opinion. A deck of cards is meant to be like mixed up and shuffled and riffle shuffled and all sorts, that's what it's designed for, like that's its purpose. And to me that's for me is how I show that that's how I show love for the deck. That's what makes my decks feel loved, and used and weathered and just experienced, I guess. Uh, but we're all different and we all have our own way of doing things. We're both as bad as each other, says Jen. Right, okay. Elspeth only lightly riffle shuffles if I really want to mix a deck up quickly. I can't all the time for the same reason. To Robin. See, I don't like, so you know how some people shuffle, like, there are some decks that I can do this with. It just depends how kind of what the card stock's like, but some people take like a half of the deck and kind of a mash it in, like all the cards right in like that. I've kind of done it there. Um, I don't like doing that because, especially not when decks are gilded, because I'm like, well, that's just going to clearly going to wear away at the gilding, like you're literally grinding away at it. So I don't like shuffling like that. Um, so maybe I'm being a bit of a hypocrite. Gerald's here. He's multitasking. Let's see. Tom says my favourite thing in the last week, I got my ship notice for the Austin Osman spare tarot deck, waiting on that Kickstarter for over a year. Oh, very nice. Oh, Gerald, actually, whilst you're here, look what I got. That's just a plain bag. That doesn't tell you very much at all, does it? I got the Yami Oracle. Is that it? So this came yesterday in the post. So I'm excited. It's on offer just now for any. So this is an independent Oracle. It's based on the Ifa religion of Western Africa, and so that it's kind of got a, if you've heard of the Orishas, um, I think it's nice, like rose petal type cardstock. These are the backs, and so each card has like a different Orisha or Yami, or other kind of a like divine spirit, I think is the correct way to say it. I know they're not gods and goddesses, so that's why I'm making a point in not saying that. um, but you've got like kind of so Ajidudu, Ajepupa, and Ajefunfo are the crone, mother, and maiden in that order. Um, the reason that it's reversed to how we would normally say it is because in Ifa, um, they respect age. So age is, respected. You respect your elders, and your elders come first. So hence why the crone comes first. So yeah, I'm really pleased to have this, and it was just when I saw you, Gerald, I wanted to show you because I know that you've had Aminat on your channel. So I know that you've got this deck and that you're a fan. So that was a bit of an aside. Smells lovely too. The dogs have been sniffing at this all week as well. There's something in it. That'll be why it smells so nice. Ah, there's like I don't want to take it out, but it's like a herb or something. Right, sorry, I digress. But it's exciting. It was a new deck that I got this week, so that was one of my favourite things that happened this week. um, been making earrings, and I'm supposed to be making fish and snails today. Oh, very nice. Hi, Nancy. How you doing? Uh, there's been so many amazing decks released so far this year, says Simon. Yeah, there have been quite a lot. Simon said meow. Why did you say meow? Is that because I said you don't riffle shuffle? Oh gosh, am I that far behind? Right, speed run. Only heathens riffle, Chris, says Tony. Are you not a riffle shuffler, Tony? I don't think I knew that. And hi, by the way, it's nice to see you. Yes, it appears to be bent from all the handling. It's not that bad. Um, are you guys tarot gatekeeping here? Are you just trying to tell me how I should shuffle my decks? Is that what's happening here? Um, Stop smacking it about, Robin. I agree. There have been a lot of amazing decks released this year. We're so fortunate. Um, Simon says, makes me wonder what else is coming. Yeah, I've got a few decks that are on order that are on the way. So I've got the Todd Alcott's Horror Tarot. I got the Pulp Tarot, which is there. But I've got, what else have I got coming? I'm excited for the mass market Afro Goddess Tarot. I'm excited for Rachel Pollock's Shining Tribe Tarot. So I've already got well, it's not really the current edition anymore, but the last edition of that. But I've ordered the new edition as well. And what else? I think that's everything that I've got on its way. I like when a deck shows it's wearing energy. Yeah, same, Gerald. Uh, Simon, what did your guest say the other day? There are 150 decks being released in just April and May. Cheryl, I think it was something like that, wasn't it? It's how I bond with a deck by repeated riffling. Yeah. My two favourite healing decks feel like actual warm entities to me, dear friends. That's nice. That's right, it blows my mind. The 150 decks. I can't believe that amount. So, yeah. Marita's here. Hi, Marita. You doing okay? Just got your notification. Oh dear. Um, it's a glorious deck. Is that the Yami? Have I caught up? Uh, yeah, it will be. Chris, I did a walkthrough of Shining Tribe, and I'm dying to hear what you think if you get the new version. Brilliant. Okay, Robin. Um, the creator, I think I might have. So, did you do it live, Robin? I think if I'm thinking about the right thing, then I might have seen a wee bit of it. I've not seen all of it yet. Um, the creator is wonderful, and the art is amazing to see. Yeah, absolutely. If he gets the new version, um, yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, I've had it ordered for a wee while, so I have, but it's not released into in the UK. We think until about May. So we'll see. I refer to the Orisha as deity. Okay, okay. I wasn't sure if that was the um, I wasn't sure if that was the right word to use. But noted deity. Um, Fogo Pogo and I are going to do a shuffling live show sometime next week, sharing techniques with different decks and chatting about whatever else comes up with that. Cool. Um, I think the extra cards are new and not sure if the text has been updated. Yeah, I know there's extra cards that I don't have in my deck, so I'm excited for that. I know the colours have been changed up. My face looks awful red, so it does in the picture there. Just realising, but I don't feel that warm. Um, yeah, I'm not sure about the books though. I'll need to kind of compare like some of the, I'll need to compare the books and see if they've changed it any. I think I'd only raffle playing cards as I don't respect them, commoners. Yeah, okay, I was only joking though. I'm hoping that you know I was joking. Pretty sure Tony and Simon know me well enough. Um, don't either, not a playing cards person. Um, Karen says, I love shuffling. I'm no pro, but it's fun. I've learned some new techniques that are fun for those who don't like raffle too. Um, I raffle shuffle and hand over hand mix when I shuffle. Yeah, I'm the same. You gatekeepered me for my inabilities and shortcomings. No, no, um, no, not calling out anyone's inability to do anything. We don't do that. Sonio says the horror tarot arrived today. It's so good. I prefer it over the pulp tarot by a mile. Nice. Do you know the only thing that I've noticed about it that slightly irks me? Some of the cards, I think I was saying this to Cheryl actually, some of the cards have keywords, but some of them don't. So I watched a walkthrough of it before I got it because I wasn't sure whether I was going to like it. So I watched a few walkthroughs, I think. But I've noticed that some of them have keywords and some of them don't. In fact, do you know who's done an excellent walkthrough of it? Robin's Reflections. So check out Robin's Reflections channel and her walkthrough of the Horror Tarot. Um, that was where I'd noticed the thing about some have got keywords, some have got like a wee, not a paragraph, but just like a wee sentence, and then some of them don't. Um, so I can deal with a keyword or a key sentence because I can use it as as my card that I pull at the start of a reading. That's just got a kind of a general message for the querent on it. Um, I'm not sure. I don't really understand why you would have key phrases on some but not on others. To a point where I'm considering whether I want to go through it and the ones that don't have key phrases on, do I want to go through and put and write my own key phrases on them so as that I can use the deck in a consistent way? We'll see. We'll see. See, I always have all these kind of intellectual ideas about how I'm going to use um the deck, and then when it actually comes to using it, it works in a different way than what I was expecting it to. So yeah, we'll see. We'll wait and see what happens. Um, Tom says Robin has kind of sold me on the Shining Tribe. Need to order that soon. Nice, good, excellent. I'm glad that. Good job, Robin. Let's see. I like to riffle for mixing purposes, then hand over hand for choosing. Nice. I've one deck on its way from Italy. What deck is that, Sandra? Oh, hi Candy. How are you? It's lovely to see you. I just always feel like casinos are for card tricks. The noise just associates to games. Um, Time check 21:24. Thank you, actually, because the spread that I'm going to do today it's actually got 8 cards, um, which is a wee bit long for the live. We'll see how we go with it. But so I'm going to maybe try and start it a bit earlier than what I normally would. Then again, I say that all the time and I never do. So we'll see how we go. Um, but yeah, I was going to say, I need to tell you about my event, my reading event on Sunday. Um, I keep telling myself I want to catch up with the comments first, but I don't seem to be getting anywhere very fast with them. Let me see where. All right, I'm actually quite near the bottom. So Donna says I really prefer the second edition of the Shining Tribe so far. Haven't even shuffled the new one yet though. Happy to have both, uh, plus both books. Doing a deep dive with it currently. Nice, Donna. Um, Karen does all the shuffles, depends on the deck and the mood. Um, oh, hey, Justin, how are you? Justin's waiting on his Mythos Oracle to arrive today by Stephen Fry. Do you mean the book Mythos? The Mythos Oracle by Stephen Fry? Stephen Fry's like a well-known like science Karen. Like Stephen Fry doesn't like anything to do with like metaphysics or mysticism or um because I've heard him talking about it. It's like my one thing that annoys me about Stephen Fry because other than that I love him. Um I mean the book Mythos is brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic. I've got the audio book and I've got the book. So that's definitely worth like the read slash listen. Um oh, someone's made an oracle based on his books. Wow. That is very interesting. That's exciting. I will check that out. I didn't know that. Um, Sandra's interested in the horror tarot. Gerald has to dash by Gerald. It was lovely to see you. Um, Robin's asking about the deck from Italy. The Horror Tarot is really one of a kind. It's such a cool one. Um, it's a tarot deck. The next deck I want to buy is Animal Guides Tarot by Radley Valentine. I love animal decks. Do you know, I saw that, I got that as one of the wee, when you order from Oneness Emporium, you get an envelope with some like random cards in it. Um, that there was an I think it might have been the Eight of Wands from it, but there was a Radley Valentine Animal Guides Tarot, um, and it's kind of made me want to get it as well. Um, yeah, so I didn't know about it, Justin, but as soon as I'm off this live, you can be sure that that's what I'm going to be checking out. um, Surprised when I sell anybody on anything. I'm such a pros and cons curmudgeon, not generally a praiser across the board. Um, let's see. Finally have the Matt Golden Tarot on the way. It's finally in the UK. Oh, that's good, Simon. Stephen Fry, Ben Awesome deck. Is that another RWS? The Golden. Um, I think honest discussion about the art and its many influences was just right. It wasn't like you said too pro or too con, but it allowed the deck to shine. By second edition, I guess I mean the first red backed one. I consider Shining Woman the first, but I don't have that. Right, okay, fair enough. Um, from Amazon, the Mythos deck, 75 legendary figures from Greek um, myths by Stephen Fry. Right, hang on, this is happening. I'm going to check it out as we speak uh, yeah, that just sounds too good to not check out. Let's see, Mythos Oracle. The Mythos. All right, okay. It's saying it's by Stephen Fry. So has he been involved in it? Uh, okay. So you don't really see any pictures, do you? Free delivery Tuesday, 30th of April. Hmm. Okay, we'll check that out later. Sorry, I'm back. Here was me saying I was going to be quick. Um, yeah, the cat black one, the golden. I think that is the one that Simon's talking about. Um, I was at the library this week trying to find Mythos, but it's always out on loan, and I never put a hold on books as I don't like to hassle people reading. Um, so still I wait. Do you have Audible, Candy? Tell me if you have Audible. Um, yeah, I know the one. See, I was trying to post a link, but it's too long, says Justin. Yeah, I missed it too. I didn't realise. Do you on the Byzantine Tarot by Silla Conway? What do you think about it? I'm pretty sure Simon has got the Byzantine. Um, I've got it. It's actually, if you look at if you can see Pulp Tarot, like there. There's pulp. So Byzantine is that, just above pulp. But the way that the light's shining on it, you can't actually see it. That was a lovely gift from the lovely Richie. It has a low rating on Amazon, but only one reviewer. Yeah, Stephen Fry, the actor, comedian, presenter. Yeah. Let's see, Candy, if you have access to an online library, they have digital copies available. I listened to an audiobook read by Stephen Fry. Yeah, so the Mythos audiobook has been narrated by Stephen Fry. He's narrated his own book. Um, let's see. He's listed as the author, but who knows? I hope the art is good. Yeah, we'll see. It does look from it looks as though the cards have just got like words on them rather than pictures. But then there is like when I'm looking at the preview on Amazon, that is, there are like where was that? There's like one card that seems to have like a figure on it. So I don't know if there's like art on one side and words on the back. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Probably be worth having either way though, just for the learning. Oh, you don't have Audible, right? Okay, Candy, that's fine. I've got quite a few credits to use on Audible, and I know that I'm able to gift audiobooks to people. So I was going to say I can gift you Mythos if you've got Audible, but and that way you'd at least be able to listen to it. But then not everyone's an audiobook person, to be fair. Simon says, "Okay, let me get this straight." Okay. Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I'm saying he's a bit of a science Karen, and that he's like, oh, it's like strict science. It's got to be things that are proven, that type of thing. Do you know what I mean? Um, like I've heard him being quite derogatory about like tarot cards and stuff like that before, so that's why I was quite surprised. And but his name is on it. So I don't know. Maybe he's. I mean, I suppose it could be used as a learning tool as well as a tool for divination. So maybe that's how he's making his peace with it. I don't know. Um, I'm a dinosaur. I like to turn pages. Right. Okay. Fair enough. Right. Oh yeah. So the reading event went really well on Sunday. And really enjoyed it. I had a great time. I did post some pictures and stuff on Instagram. So you'd be able to see like my wee table all set up and stuff. I only did 5 readings though. I only had 5 people come over. Um, so maybe next time I'll. But to be honest with you, I'm quite happy with that because it was my first time doing something like that, and like it meant I had like kind of a time to chill in between, and if I wanted to go up and get a coffee and stuff, I could. Do you know what I mean? I didn't feel as though I was totally slammed. Um, so yeah, I met some really amazing people. Like one of the, like so a few of the good few of the people that I read for were just kind of a dead down to earth, dead bubbly. Like there's one of them that I've been talking to on Instagram. In fact, I want to shout out her business. So she was one of the people that were had one of the stalls upstairs, and oh gosh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me, apologies. So she had one of the stalls upstairs. Her business is basically like well, I think it's mainly clothes for like babies, but she also does have she does do clothes for I think adults as well. Let me just find you. So the business is called Seems So Cool. Seam is SEAM. Sew is like sewing, SEW, and cool, COOL. So it says handmade kids clothing and embroidery. But I gave her a reading, and she says that the reading gave her the kick up the backside she needed, and she's actually launched a second, like kind of a. She's looking at launching another part of the business, and I think that's. In fact, she told me what that was. Let me see. Um, the other side is like jumpers with slogans, spiritual stuff, geeky book things. Be offering homeware like cushions and blankets. Um, so yeah, I want to shout out her business. I'm going to put a link in the chat to her Instagram. Let me find. So there's a link to her Instagram. Just going to have a nosy about here and see if she's got a website where you can actually buy stuff from. If it's this on her Facebook. Da, 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 da. Okay, it's not jumping out at me, but maybe if I Google it. Oh, wait, is this it? This is it. But when I go into the website, it says opening soon. So maybe that's because she's making changes to it right now. So yeah, so check out her Instagram, follow her on Instagram, and hopefully we'll be able to interact with the website soon. But yeah, I said I wanted to give our business a shout out, so there we go. Um, so yeah, the event was great. Obviously, I seen the lovely Marion there. Um, yeah, it was really good. It was really good. I actually got a really kind gift, but I need to reach out to the person who gave me the gift to actually ask if it's okay to kind of talk about it and show it online and say that it was from them, you know. So I should have done that before the live, to be fair, but I didn't. Um, so more potentially more to come soon. um, but yeah, anyway, I had a great time. Um, let's see. Oh, you're all saying bless you because I sneezed. Thank you. Um, I do think he's intending them as a learning tool, like flashcards. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Thank you, Sandra. Um, let's see. Oh, hey, Deanne, how you doing? Justin's got to run. Talk to you later. See you later, Justin. Late but glad to catch you. No worries. I'm actually going to start the reading soon. Otherwise, we're going to end up doing it until like midnight. Um, oh, okay. The Instagram says message to order. Right there you go. Then thank you very much, Marita. Um, thanks, Donna. Is there going to be a Glastonbury trip this year? Can't wait for another vlog or live from over there. um, okay, right. What deck are we all using, by the way? I don't think I've really decided what deck I'm going to use. And my tea's going cold. The spread that I'm going to do is from Total Tarot Part 10, and it's called the Angelic Wisdom Spread, or the Angelic Wisdom Spread 1. Um, so of this spread, it says particularly relevant when a querent feels that they are in a difficult place. This spread is used to find the real cause of a negative situation and discover ways to take control. So this could be really good. Um, really good for helping us when we're in a bit of a jam, but not just telling us about what the problem is, telling us how we can fix it as well. Like I'm all for that. Like let's, don't just tell me what the issue is. Like help me sort it. Um, I'm putting this away. Do I want to read with the Marielle? What do I want to read with? I don't want to read with the Marielle actually. What deck should I use, people? What deck are you all using? Oh, let's see. Tony's off to the land of Nod. Congratulations on a successful table, Chris Night all. Thank you, Tony. Marita's using her brand new Little Hermit's Tarot. Very nice. I need to get to work. Glad your event went well. No worries, John. Enjoy. Take care, everyone. That's exciting. Can't wait. Who else is pulling cards with us? So we've got Marita so far. Right, I need to make a decision. Shall I use the unfolding path? Let's use the unfolding path tarot. There we go. Nancy says, how about Sasarai Beetle? Are you suggesting that for me, or are you going to use Sasarai Beetle? Robin says, how many cards? There's 8 cards in this spread, Robin. If it feels like it's dragging on for too long, like we can take stock when we're maybe 5 or 6 cards in, and if it feels like we need to stop, then we can, and I can give you the rest of the spread positions for you to do yourself. But yeah, there's 8 in this spread. It's quite a cool wee pattern actually. Let me show you. That's the spread pattern. So I quite like that. I like symmetry in my tarot spreads. Although the one that I use most is Celtic Cross. And in fact, yeah, and the 10 card spread that I use a lot isn't symmetrical either. So you're going to be pulling with us, Robin? Oh, Karen, you're using Everyday Enchantment. That's nice. I had that deck with me on Sunday there. So I did, and I used it to read for someone. Robin says, yes, I'll pull, but you won't know my deck. Fair enough. Can you describe it to me? Like, can you tell me roughly what it's like? It's just the only reason I ask is so is that when I don't know, I like to have a picture in my head of what your cards look like. See when I'm going through and seeing what it is you're pulling. Like I like to picture it in my head. So is it like Rider Waite Smith? Is it Pip? Is it like something completely out there? Um, Let's see. I think that's great, Chris. It is such relatable images. Yeah. Medieval manuscripts, Papish deck. Okay, no worries. Okay, so I don't really want to get into reading this big blurb about it. Yeah, let's just kick off. So the first card, so there's like, well, I'll show you this again, and that way you can see where everything is. So card 1, 2, 3, and 4 almost form a bit of a, like a cross or a circle in the middle. And then 5, 6, 7, and 8 are kind of these cards that are around the edges. So starting at the top, so kind of a like north, east, south, west are your 1, 2, 3, and 4, just as your starter for 10. Card 1 is the symptom. So the card found in this position represents the nature of the querent's problem, considered from their point of view. As the reader turns over the card to interpret it, they should think, this is what the querent believes to be the problem. Okay. Oh, okay. So I've got the 10 of cups for what I believe to be the problem. Um, okay, that's interesting. So, I mean, it's hard to read that as a problem, really, isn't it? But I suppose what you could say is it's, it could be about just being too comfortable or getting too set in my ways or, um, like just getting too, like too comfortable in my comfort zone. Do you know what I mean? And not willing to step out of it. Is how I would look at that. Um, let's see. Donna says I'll pull a few with RWS clone that I have handy. Low Scarabeo with gilding. So Marita's got the star. Okay. So if you're seeing the star as being the problem, then so the star is a really positive and hopeful card, but sometimes the star can represent seeking guidance from outside yourself, being guided by the stars, like, but being guided by something that's not you, looking to outwith yourself for guidance. So maybe the problem is relying on other people to tell you what to do or to help you out of a situation. Um, if this is the problem from your point of view, Marita, maybe what it's saying is like maybe what you're wanting to do is you want to be more self-sufficient. You want to be, to be able to, um, to be able to help yourself in these situations, and you don't want to feel as though you're relying too much on someone else. Maybe. Um, Robin, the Six of Cups. Um, Dwelling in nostalgia, yeah, potentially it could be, couldn't it? Like, too caught up on the history, too caught up on the memories of what things were before. Or sometimes like the Six of Cups can talk about like the simpler kind of a times, when everything seems black and white. And so maybe the issue is like grey areas, not handling grey areas so well. Um, like struggling when it's not a simple, this is right or this is wrong, or whatever the extremes might be. Um, so Niels is going to bed. I'm an hour ahead of you all. Good night, everyone. Enjoy live. Have a good sleep, so Niels. Sleep tight. Donna has the full, as does Deanne. There we go. We've got our first synchronicity. Deanne, what are you pulling with? Have you told us? Um, So you've both got the full. So maybe the issue is in having that. Well, I suppose there's two ways you could look at it. The issue might be um, about being able to push yourself, about having that spontaneity and that willing to, to take that jump. Or maybe you feel as though you're doing something foolish. Maybe it's that way around. So maybe you feel as though you're being too rash or too kind of a thoughtless about what you're doing. And the issue as you see it is that you need to be more intentional about your actions or something like that. So I suppose those are two complete opposites. Um, it'll depend on how you see your card, I guess. Um, Five of Blades for Karen. Okay, right. That's definitely showing a problem there, isn't it? That's like you're not having the same problem as me and Marita. Do you know what I mean? Where we pulled really positive cards. You have definitely got one of those more, or one of those cards that's very much easier to see the negative in it. So the problem is, well, that's a defeat card, isn't it? So maybe you're feeling defeated by something. Maybe you feel like someone else has defeated you. It can also be like cruelty. The Five of Swords. It can be like defeat for the sake of it. You know, I mean, a really sore winner, being at the hands of someone who's a really sore winner. So maybe you feel as though you're being thrust into a situation where it's quite a cruel environment. Um, Ace of Cups for the lovely Donna. Nancy even, sorry, Nancy. Okay, so the Ace of Cups. Interesting. How would you read that, Nancy? Um, it could, I mean, the aces are all opportunities, aren't they? And they all need to be, the opportunities need to be taken up and worked on before they can become anything. So maybe the issue might be that you don't feel as though you're getting the chance to actually do anything with that opportunity. Um, don't really like being the focus of attention. Oh, so you don't like being the star, right? Insecurity. Okay, okay, fair enough. Hush Tarot has a ferret on it. See, carrot. Okay, so that's accurate. Too much invested in emotions, right? Okay, okay. Queen of Pentacles for Debbie. What deck are you using, Debbie? Um, and how would you read that in that position? I'll move on. I'll try and keep this moving quickly. So the veil is the second position. The veil. So the card found in this position represents the veil, a belief that prevents the querent from moving on. As the reader turns over the card to interpret it, I'm searching for my deck here. They should think this is a belief that is obstructing the querent's view. So the veil for me is the Six of Pentacles. Um, a belief that prevents the querent from moving on. So if I'm seeing the problem as being too caught up in my comfort zone, or maybe like this kind of a family unit represents being too protected, maybe the belief that I have is that it's not okay to accept help, or accepting help from people as being too reliant on other people. That kind of the Six of Pentacles, it's often about giving and accepting help. Um, so given that we see like a community here, um, and this card talks about that idea of, working with others and helping others. Maybe my issue is I'm feeling like there's something that I need to do. I need to be independent. I need to do it on my own. And if I rely on other people for help or to protect me or assist me, then it's not good enough. Do you know what I mean? Um, it's maybe how I would see these cards. Debbie's using the Stolar Tarot. See, you've got the Ace of Cups reversed, Donna. Okay. So the Ace of Cups reversed, the water falls up out the cup, doesn't it? So that to me suggests, you know, it's like a new opportunity for connection, but it's one that's not taken up. Um, so let me see what your first card was. The Fool. So your first card was the Fool. So the problem is you see it, and then the Ace of Cups reversed. So both of them talk up to me about like kind of some sort of new situation, some new beginning. But it's almost as though the kind of the potential's not really been reached with it. And maybe see when you turn the cup upside down, the water falls out of it and it's lost. Do you know what I mean? So maybe that's the limiting belief, is that just because things haven't gone right to begin with, that it is a completely lost opportunity and you're not going to get it back. Whereas, well, life doesn't work like that. We pick ourselves up and we continue on. Once we've dealt with the thing that we need to deal with. So perhaps that could be it. Throwing a wee reversal in there to test me. The Three of Coins for Marita. So you had the Star, and that was about you not being comfortable being the center of attention. And then your limiting belief is the Three of Coins. So perhaps that you need to rely on. I'm saying the same thing again. So if the Star is what you see as being the issue, and that's like you don't like being the focus of attention, the Three of Coins could be what I was interpreting the Star to be, which is your limiting belief is that you need other people there to do it with you. You need other people to help you. You can't do it on your own, you know. And the three, we see three people working. Generally, we see three people working together, and it's about collaboration. Whereas not everything is a collaborative thing. We are, you know, perfectly capable individuals, and there's lots of things that we can do that we don't need outside influence for. So I don't know, maybe as much as it might push you outside your comfort zone, maybe that um, being the centre of attention from time to time is something that you'll thrive in and something that you'll be good at, Marita. Robin got the King of Coins, so the Five of Cups and then the King of Coins obsessing over achievement. Okay, okay. See, the King of Cups is funny. So Five of Cups being the problem as you see it, it's quite an emotional, do you know what I mean? An emotional situation. Whatever it is, whatever the issue is that we're looking at here, um, it's having an emotional impact. The King of Coins will often talk about, will often be kind of a pointing to someone who maybe doesn't, um, they don't appreciate the emotional realm as much. And they're maybe the kind of a person who would say, oh, like, I don't know, like you just dry up and get on with it. There's no place for emotion in this equation. You just need, life is hard. You just need to like get on with it. Don't be so over emotional. That to me is maybe what the King of Coins has been. So maybe the limiting kind of a attitude or belief is just being too harsh with yourself and not allowing yourself that space to have, to be in your emotions for a bit. Um, so Debbie, you had the Queen of Pence and then the Five of Pence. So guess I just need to ask for help. Okay. Yeah. Do you think so I'm trying to think if the Queen of Pentacles is a problem. Try to think of the more maybe like the more shadowy aspects of the Queen of Pentacles. And to me that might be um like materialism. So if this is how you see the problem, maybe you feel like you or maybe like someone else, someone around about you, um, maybe you feel that there's like a this overwhelming pull just now to the material stuff. And you maybe feel like you're losing your kind of a more, you know, it might not be about you, but whoever it is, maybe you feel like it's there's too much focus on the material. And the limit in belief might be that Five of Pentacles, that kind of a feeling of like, oh, I don't have enough, or I feel that I'm, at a loss just now. So it's that feeling of loss that might be kind of a bouncing off that material, because the Queen, she's very focused on her pentacle. Do you know what I mean? Um, so yeah, that's maybe how I might see that. Um, Nancy, Emperor need to be in control. Right. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Um. Aye. I agree. I think that's um pretty straightforward. Yeah. That was when I was asking. Yeah. Your Fool was your first card. Karen, the Five of Blades and the Seven of Wands. It's just defensiveness, isn't it? Like the limiting belief or the limiting attitude is, to me, that would be like. Uh, Defensive, but also you know how the Seven of Wands quite often shows that different grounding. You know that you've got one person on the high ground, and then the other person is on the or the other folks are from on a lower perspective, or like in the not the Muriel in the light seers we see the one person's in like this kind of a bubble, but it's almost like um on two different levels. Um, So maybe the limit in belief is that you, on some level, you believe that they are better than you, or that you're better than them. But whatever it is, you might actually be seeing yourself as, you know, almost like above it or beneath it. Depend. You'll know better because you'll know yourself and you know the situation. But there's a degree of separation being put between the two that's almost kind of a making the defeat feel more pronounced. Maybe it's about realizing that actually, we're all on equal foot and we're all on equal level here. No one is any better or worse than anyone else, really. Um, sure, we can all kind of we can deal with situations better and we can deal with situations maybe not so good, but um, it doesn't make anyone superior to anyone else. That's a superiority thing. So no one is any more or less superior to anyone else, really. Um, yeah. Um, let's see. Three of coins. All the technical work needed to run my channel, says Marita. Right. Okay. So you're seeing that as technical work rather than the collaboration. Um, oh yeah. Do you know, Robin? See, when you said that, I thought I don't actually remember the Five of Cups being his, and I was thinking, was it another five? But it was the Six of Cups, right? Okay, yeah, that's right. Because we said it's that nostalgia, that kind of um, that whole dwelling on the past, or the simpler kind of a. That's right. I remember it now. Sorry. What was this? without being told the issue that you're focusing on. What was your oh yeah, with the Ace of Cups reversed. The second card for Diane is the Nine of Cups, and it has a snake on it. Just a fun fact. Oh, nice. We do like a snake on our tarot decks. Um, cool. So Nine of Cups, limiting belief. The Nine of Cups again, very positive card. Um, but depending on what deck you're using, like I know the Smith Way, the body language isn't the best on the Nine of Cups, as much as it's meant to be a card about being fulfilled and, you know, like having everything that you want. Um, the person is very like keeping people. It's like he's crossing his arms. Like there's just a disconnect there. So maybe that's the limiting belief. Maybe it is that there's a disconnect. No, don't worry, you're not behind at all. Let's see. That's deep. As long as it's helpful, I guess. Um, I have no idea how to do it or whom I can ask for help. In terms of the workings of your channel, I mean, feel free to reach out to me anytime, Marita. And I'm sure, like lots of people, any content creators would say the same. Like, there's something particular that I can help with, then I'm happy to. Just message me or email me or something. Card three is the problem. So the third card in this spread represents the querent's real problem and the actual cause of the situation, in contrast to the first card symptom, which refers to the aspect of the problem that has taken up the querent's attention. As the reader turns over this card to interpret it, they should think to themselves, this is the real problem that the querent's facing. I've got the Four of Pentacles, right, okay. So So maybe it's like me that's doing the protecting. Maybe it's me that's latching on to things a bit too much. And things might feel overprotected. I might be have this view that maybe the view that is the issue is that things need to be protected. Maybe that, now that I'm seeing more cards, I'm thinking, right, maybe my issue is I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is bad. I need to protect whatever it is. I need to protect myself or my family or whatever. Um, the limit in belief could be that you can't rely on anyone else to do this. This has to be you. And then the actual problem is it's me not willing to kind of let go and not willing to just uh, you know trust in the universe and trust that things will be okay. Oh, snapsies, Debbie. You get the Four of Pentacles too. So let's contrast that to your. Sorry, Donna, I've skipped you, but I'll come back to you in a wee second. Um, so Queen of Pence was your. Oh, you're getting all the Pentacles, Debbie. Queen of Pentacles and then Five of Pentacles, and then the Four for the actual. So, with the Queen of Pentacles, we talked about that potentially being talking about being a bit too focused on like well anything that the Pentacles might represent really. So it could be material stuff, but equally it could maybe be. I mean, you might expect that type of spread to play out if perhaps like maybe you're overthinking like a particular health matter or a particular so anything else, anything that the Pentacles can represent, health, home, money, uh, safety, really, anything safety related. But if you were kind of like overthinking a particular health matter, and being really, really overly focused on that, then you might expect those cards that you got to play out as they played out. Um, so yeah, um, let's see. Donna has got so the Ghoul, the Fool, the Ace of Cups reversed, and the Page of Pentacles. Um, so the actual problem is the Page of Pentacles. So we were saying about like kind of this idea like the opportunity's lost when, maybe it's not really. Um, it's interesting that you've now got a page, so you've got a fool, you got an ace and a page. So all kind of a very like new energies, aren't they? They're all like new opportunities, new energies, new potential that all of those cards kind of a talk about in their own way. Um, so you're seeing it as the fool, which is so you're seeing it as the major arcana. You're seeing it as, oh my goodness, like look what's going on. The limitation is the emotional reaction, and then the actual, it's more bricks and mortar than that. It's more kind of it's more physical than and perhaps less like far-reaching and less serious than what you're kind of making it out to be in your mind. Just given, I'm just going by the suits like majors, cups, pentacles. You know, um, I mean, pages can also be about like a matter of your perspective, and maturity and looking at the situation. Um, so maybe the how you're approaching the situation is from a less um a less experienced, a less mature point of view. I keep saying that word mature, and that's not really the word that I want to use because I don't want to imply that you're being immature, because I don't mean it like that. Um, but yeah, like just when I see pages and when I'm thinking about how they could be reflecting negatively, I always think about that immaturity of the page, that inexperience, that kind of can sometimes get them into bother, or it can just be the drawback of being in the page stage. The page stage. I love that. Um, Robin, Six of Cups, King of Coins, and Queen of Coins. Um, Concern, worry over accomplishment. Six of Cups versus the Queen of Coins. So the Six of Cups is how you're seeing the issue, and the Queen of Coins is what it's saying is the actual. We're getting lots of court cards today. Let me just say, um, challenging me today. So the Queen of Coins is the actual issue. It'd be interesting to see how your Queen of Coins is depicted. Do you think that it's concern and worry over accomplishment? Um, Deanne's got the Six of Wands. Okay, full Nine of Cups, Six of Wands. Again, like how I was talking about that, how the Nine of Cups can sometimes there can be distance between the two, and you said there's a snake depicted on your Nine of Cups, so quite often snakes do make people take a giant step back, you know. So there can be that, and again with the Six of Wands, I'm not sure how that's depicted in your deck, but with the Six of Wands, there's quite often like two sides, there's like a separation. There's one person who is like up on the horse and they're doing the victory march and they're being celebrated, and there's the other folks that are kind of down on the ground and they're the ones cheering the person on. Um, so there seems to be a pattern there, and I mean even with the fool, like the fool's up on the cliff top, and is about to dive into a, a new place, this different level down below. So throughout your reading, there seems to be this kind of a like dichotomy. Is that the right word, or this duality between different levels, different perspectives. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Um, Debbie. Why do I keep saying Donna? Sorry. Debbie says, "Well, my health sucks right now." Okay, and you got the 4 as well. Okay. Um, Gosh. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're on the mend. Um, see, and Donna says, "Ghoul equals full." 5 of blades, 7 of wands, and then the 9 of blades. These cards. Okay. Well, I mean, the 5 of blades. If I'm thinking about, so the you're using Poppy Palin's everyday enchantment. What does the 5 of blades look like again? If I'm thinking about the traditional deck, the 5 of blades is a very kind of a physical situation. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a defeat to be seen there. Whereas the 9, it's more, it's a much more psychological process. It's a much more mental process that's happening. Um, is the 5 of blades in this one the chef? It is, isn't it? It's the chef who's kind of he's told all the other chefs to fuck off because they're not good enough. It's only he can do it right. But in actual fact, what he doesn't realise is that now he's got however many times more veg to chop now because he doesn't trust anyone. There we go. Aye. So he's turned them away. But because he's done that, he's now got 3 times the amount of vegetables that he needs to chop because he or she or they're not willing to trust the others to do it. Um, so maybe it is a much more kind of a like the issue that you're facing. Um, it might be much more of like kind of to do with what you're going through than anyone else perhaps. Um, Page of Pence as more bricks and mortar resonates, more a practical issue is a good nudge for me. Okay. Love that. Snakes often make you take a giant step back. Yes, they do. Yeah. And that's coming from me, who's someone who loves snakes. I've got 2 snakes. Um, but I know that, they're not for everyone. And lots of people don't, you know, even when you just say, "Oh, I've got 2 pet snakes," they're like, like they'll take a step back from me just because I've told them that. Um, yeah, the angry chef. Jane the Seeker's here. Hi, Jane. I think of it as the bully card, but that's just me. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I was talking about it earlier on as being like about cruelty. So yeah, that totally resonates. Mandy, Spiritual Tarot and Mystic Oracle cards is here. Hi, Mandy. It's lovely to see you. Lovely to have you here. Okay, shall we move on to the 4th card? So the 4th card is the Sacrifice. The card found in this position represents something that the querent has to give up in order to solve the problem. To grow or to move on. Sorry, to solve the problem, to grow or to move on. An attitude's a belief or an action to be left behind. As the reader turns over the card to interpret it, they think this is something that the querent has to give up. Um, so, escapism. For me, it's escapism. For me, it's this idea that when the going gets tough, I can just, abandon ship. I can just like leave it. I can go and um just it'll be fine. It'll sort itself out. Um, but then that doesn't really hang on. Let's make sure that we're reading this in context here. So we were saying this is me feeling like I need to be protective. I need to protect what's mine or the people that I love or whatever. This limiting belief is that I can't accept help. Like I need to do it myself. If I want it done right, then it needs to be me that does it. The actual problem is me maybe being a wee bit overprotective. And the sacrifice, or well, okay, I'm going to interpret this completely opposite then. Maybe this is showing the actual sacrifice. Maybe the best thing I can do is actually, like I was saying here, the best thing I can do is actually let go of the coins that are in the pillow. Um, you know, um, Maybe the sacrifice is to move away from the situation. That's what I need to do. Um, in order to break out of that limiting belief, in order to kind of break free from that kind of oh, I need to be there, I need to like hold these coins here, or I need to kind of protect my family here, I need to be, I can't, I almost need to kind of like just give it some space, just remove myself and get myself to a place where I can no longer influence it, even if I wanted to, you know. Um, so yeah, it's funny that because the way I was going to interpret that at first. So I suppose that is something to bear in mind, doesn't it? Like when we are kind of a reading for a spread like this, it's important not only to kind of read the card, but read it in context with the rest of the reading because, yeah. Um. So thanks very much, Robin, by the way, for putting the prompts in the chat. I appreciate it. Um. Right, Marita has got the Temperance card. Um, so temperance is what you need to sacrifice. So they need to be, excuse me, the need for everything to be just so. The need for everything to be perfect. And to make no mistakes and for to keep everybody happy. Um, Actually, interestingly, in the everyday enchantment that I was just going through to find the Five of Blades, the Temperance card shows someone making two different drinks. One for there's three people in the card. There's two people that appear to be not getting on very well, and then there's the third person who is making different drinks for the different people to make them happy. Um, so let go of this belief that what you do has to like make everyone happy, and has to like be dependent on everyone else and like targeted at them. If you want to make content, then the best place to start is with yourself. What resonates with me? What am I passionate about? What makes me happy? Um, be true to yourself. That way, you'll naturally find your best audience. If you're going to make stuff that's maybe not quite true to you or doesn't resonate with you, then, well, number one, I always think that shows through. Um, People can see through that. But let's suppose that you're a really good actress and people can't. You're just going to attract the wrong audience. You're going to attract an audience that isn't that isn't wanting to see the stuff that you're truly passionate about. Um, I'm a firm believer that you're much better to have 100 subscribers that are really kind of into the same things as you and that are really kind of engaged by your content than having 500 subscribers who you know aren't. Do you know what I mean? Um, so yeah, that the need for perfection. and the need to make everyone happy. I think that's maybe what you need to let go of there. And given that, sorry, coming back to that, just given that it's a major arcana card, a major arcanum, um, that to me would suggest that that's quite that's supposed to be quite hard hitting, and that's supposed to be really kind of a quite, you might find that that doesn't just apply to the question at hand. That might have more far-reaching, um, not consequences, but it might be a more far-reaching message. Maybe something that you could think about more generally as well as applying to this situation that you're looking at. Um, Donna's got the world. Um, so you had the fool, the ace, the page, and now you've got the world, which I know that's almost opposite to the fool, and that it's the full realization, but also the world is kind of a like you've come full cycle and you're starting again, so almost as like an exalted fool. Um, so you're still pulling cards that are to do with like new beginnings and stuff, at least in the way that I view it and read it. Um, so yeah, yeah, that's really interesting. Um, okay, so what did we say this was? This was the sacrifice. This is the thing that you need to let go of, and it's the the world. Um, I don't know. What do we think? What do you think? What do you think, Donna? Um, so we're saying it's like that feeling that you've lost the opportunity and that you can't get it back. The page was maybe suggesting that the problem was perhaps more, it's more of an interactive thing. It's maybe something that you can affect more than what you think you can. Um, and then the world is what to let go of. Be interested to know what visually your world card looks like. Robin's got the Queen of Cups, right? Um, okay, so we started off say, with that kind of the Six of Cups, your emotional card, your Cups card. Um, that was what you've seen as being the problem. Your King was your attitude, um, your limiting belief or attitude, and that was perhaps that there's no place for emotions in this. The Queen is the actual problem. That might be just kind of a rehashing what the King was saying, like maybe too much focused on the the here and now and not giving enough credence to your thoughts and your feelings and stuff. Um, and then the Queen of Cups is the thing that you've got to sacrifice. So it's almost like going back on what we said. It's almost like I don't know. I don't know. As we go on, the spread baffles me more and more. What do you think, Robin? Oh, you've said it there. Sorry. Be less caught up emotionally. Um, 3 was the Four of Pence. 4 is the King of Wands. So, right, okay. So less like you need to not feel as though you need to do everything. Because the King of Wands he's a king and he wants to oversee and make sure that everything's okay, but he's also of the fire element and he wants to be involved, and kind of do the stuff himself. So maybe it's letting go of feeling like you need to be everything for everyone. Um, and maybe you need to listen to your body and actually give yourself the time to heal, perhaps. you've got the King of Cups as your four, Deanne. So let go of being the mediator, let go of being the piggy in the middle, the sounding board for absolutely everyone. Like let go of constantly having to be um like negotiating, you know. Um we all need to have our wee moments where we're the ones that get to have a tantrum and someone else like kind of like tells us it's going to be okay and calms us down. Um, so you're allowed to have your tantrum moments, Deanne, just as much as everyone else has. You don't always have to be that King of Cups. You don't always have to maintain those emotional boundaries and that emotional control. That can be someone else's job every now and then. Um, Mandy says snake represents spirit. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think snake represents different things to different people. For me, snake represents, for me, it's a symbol of transformation. Um, and so when snakes shed their skin, so it's not just any old transformation, it's a difficult process. So when snakes shed their skin, they, it's called being in blue. So that's kind of a filmy stuff forms between the old layer of skin that they're going to shed and the new layer of skin. And for like a couple of days to a week, the snake will kind of go through this process where the old layer of skin is being worked loose by this filmy layer in between. And for that time, so snakes' eyes are covered by their skin as well. They don't have eyelids, they have eye caps. So it's basically like a layer of skin that goes over. So this film covers their eyes as well. And actually, they're pretty much blind whilst they're in blue. It's called in blue because their eyes turn blue. They go this kind of a bluish, whitey bluish colour. And that's the stuff that's forming in between that we're seeing. So when a snake is in blue, it's really uncomfortable. It's a scary time because they can't see properly, um, and they don't eat because like they're not going to want to eat because eating like kind of stretches them out and stuff, um, and then in order to work themselves free from when they are ready to shed that skin, to work themselves free from it, it requires friction. They need to kind of move up against something. So it's a drawn out, but I mean, but at the end of it, obviously they're refreshed, they're anew, they feel much better. They grow as well, So each time a snake sheds its skin, it grows. So there's like physical growth. Um, so there's benefits to it, and it's better for the snake in the long run. But the point I'm making is it's not like like a light-hearted like fun retransformation process. It's difficult, and it takes time and it takes energy and effort. So for me, that's the things that I think about when I think of what snake means. Snake is like it's a difficult transformation that they go through. Um, Karen's got the five of blades, seven of wands, then the nine of blades, and then the three of blades. What is with all these swords? Okay. Um, so the three of blades is what you need to get, and I know what that looks like from that deck. Um, so it's almost like the emotional attachment, isn't it, to whatever it was, whatever that five was talking about. If that card is talking about actual other people in this situation, um, perhaps it is the attachment to those people that you're needing to kind of maybe just not get, I don't want to say sacrifice, but maybe just not give it as much energy as what perhaps you once did. Um, so yeah, which can be difficult to do, hence, and we can see the difficulty in the imagery of the card. Um, but yeah. Um, don't know. Let go of making it such a big. Yeah, it could be the world card. Yeah, yeah, perhaps like don't see it as being on such a grand scale. Yeah, that actually does make a lot of sense. Um, okay, right. We're at the halfway point. We've pulled the 4 cards. Conscious that the cards that we've pulled have all been about the the issue, the more negative half of the spread. Now, do we want to continue on and pull the last 4 cards just now? Conscious of time, and I don't want everyone to kind of like I don't want us to lose interest, you know. Do we want to pull the last 4 just now, or do you want me to give you the last 4 spread positions and let you do it in your own time? It's up to yourselves, but give me a wee vote just now. Um, do we continue together, or do we leave it there and then pull the rest ourselves? Let me know what you think. In fact, I can even make a poll of it, can't I? So, Robin, you're saying I'm glazing over, but can do it. Donna's game to continue. Okay. Okay. Karen, Marita, um, Deanne, Debbie, what are you guys thinking? Karen's fine either way. See, I wouldn't mind continuing with you next. So the issue with us saying, right, let's just pick this up next week is, well, I suppose it depends on how you use your deck, but for me, um, I would want to keep this deck in this particular order and continue from there. Um, let's see. Oh, hi, Liz. I think I might have to call it, but someone else will have to take over the prompts. Right, I tell you what, why don't we leave it there then? Um, why don't we leave it there? And I'll put the rest of the spread positions in the chat. In fact, what I'll do, I'll quickly pull my last 4 spread positions. I won't interpret them. I'll just put them on this. I'll put them here, and I will let you know what the positions are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then so and it goes 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5 is the benefit. I've got the Page of Pentacles. Um, the benefit, the card in this position relates to both the symptom and the sacrifice cards, as it indicates a benefit that the querent will achieve if they make the sacrifice identified earlier. As the reader turns over this card to interpret it, they think this is what the querent will gain once the sacrifice has been made. Okay, so this is the benefit from making the sacrifice. The 6th card is the vision, and that's up here. So for me, I've got the world. The card found in this position refers to both the symptom and the veil, as it suggests a new positive interpretation of the problem. As the reader turns over the card to interpret it, they should think this is a new way of looking at the issue. The 7th card is down here, and this is the action. So for me, I've got the 10 of Swords. Sorry, let me just shift this so that we can fit everything in. So the 10 of Swords is the action. So this card relates to both the veil and the problem, indicating an action that the querent can carry out to free themselves from the veil and deal with the cause of their unhappiness. As the reader turns over this card, they think this is what the querent can do to improve the situation now. And then finally, the eighth card is the affirmation. So I have the Knight of Cups, and that goes down here. And this card links to the problem and the sacrifice, creating a positive statement intended to change the querent's awareness and attitude. As the reader turns over this card, they think this affirmation can help the querent to increase their faith in their own abilities and refocus their energies. Okay, cool. So, oh, thank you, Robin. I was going to do that, but you've done it for me. Perfect. Um, yeah, well, I'm doing them from these magazines, Robin. So I don't pick the length of the spread. Um, okay, so that's the completed spread. That's what it looks like. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here and for pulling these cards with me. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I've posted. So if you're in the Barely Balance group, then post post a picture of your spread, uh, and where I've announced that I was going live, or pop it on Instagram and tag me or something. But yeah, I would love to see everyone's spreads. Have an amazing weekend, everyone. I hope you all have something to look forward to this weekend. Take care, and I shall see you all later. Bye, everyone.